Right, so today's video we are going to go over this two-stage whole house water filter system, and it's going to be a DIY project. So if you don't want to, break the bank and get a filtration system for your home, this is a very simple setup. Now I did a non-bypass system, just in and out. I do have copper pipes in the house coming in from CPVC from the road, 1 inch. So there are different ways of setting it up with different types of materials. You could do a bypass setup, you could do CPVC, PEX, copper, whatever is easy for you. I did use some shark bites to be able to remove the system if I wanted to, and I also picked up the ones that don't have the actual brass threads. The experience that I had before with the brass threads, they kind of leaked a little bit, so I went ahead and just used the ones that have the plastic thread. So I'll show you now what the actual units look like, but very simple. These are the 20-inch. These are the Pentair filters that are 50 micron in, 5 micron out, and this is the carbon filter that basically takes out the chlorine, the taste, and the smell from your water. Now you can see here, this is about 9 months worth of usage. I did actually forget, and I used the other side of the water hose to pressure wash my driveway and sidewalk, and I topped off my pool a few times during this period. But I did not use the carbon one at the time. They didn't have it available, so I just used the single filter. So you could do different types. You could use three, like I said, 3 stages, 2 stages, or just one if you want to just do a sediment filter, to filter out the sand, and as you can see, whatever is on there, which is pretty nasty. And with that said, guys, if you have any questions or comments, you know what to do. Love to hear your thoughts if you have one and like it or don't like it, or you have any concerns. And don't forget to like and follow. Do check out some of our links. They do help out the channel. So with that said, let's get right to it. All right, so this is my little setup that I did. I had something similar, a different brand in my previous home. So I only got it with one breather on the second one. You always got to check out your in and your out. Used a brass 1-inch coupler in between these 2 units. And another thing that I didn't get from my past experience, I got the one that's got the plastic thread. Before I had a brass thread that's usually like hot glued or whatever inside the this outlet or inlet, and had some issues with the thread. So I just used the plastic one. So you could get whichever one it makes you more comfortable. And like I mentioned, only one of these little breathers on the second one, because I had an experience where the other one was leaking. It was a different brand, so I went with all plastic, no clear on the actual canister, and I used the shark bites for the out and for the in. And the reason for that is if I need to remove it in an emergency, I could just disconnect it here, and remove the whole thing and take it with me if I want to. And you could also do the bypass. In my case, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to keep it nice and clean. So there's different ways. I do have CPVC coming in from the street on a 1-inch, and the whole entire home is copper. So I decided to go with copper. And another thing, if you're going to use a copper fitting here, and then you're going to be doing your weld, you could kind of like heat up too much since this is plastic. So that's why I decided to go with this. And if I need to tighten it for whatever reason, I can. Easy, just tighten it a little bit if I have a leak, whatever the case may be, or remove it if I need to replace it without having to solder or weld whatever any of the joints. I installed this filter May 1st, 2025, and we are in March of 2026. These filters are usually about 6 months or so, depending on the volume that you have. It's only 3 people here in the house. I didn't install the carbon, so we are going to install the carbon at this time, the second time around. I just wanted to get something in just to see, and we'll see how good it did. So you have to turn off your water, let some of the air out. And all right. All right, look at that. All right, like you saw, a little bit better look. That's pretty nasty. And a lot of times you can see the inside is really bad. Then you know that you should have changed that a little bit earlier. Now you're gonna empty out the water and then you know, clean it real good inside, and look at all that. Woo! Perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and install the sediment filter and then the carbon filter. Just make sure that, you know, all your connectors are good. And if it's a first time installing it, you know, I like the setup, you know, using the shark bite. So if I need to tighten it, like I mentioned, you know, using your Teflon tape, same here, or you could use the putty, plumber's putty, whichever one is easier for you. So definitely make sure everything is clean, make sure there's enough space to remove and install your filter. And if you're going to reinstall it, make sure you have a little bit of, you know, like the water grease on the seal. And when you install it, that the filter is in the center, so it's properly, you know, flow. All right, so make sure that a lot of the thread goes in, that you don't see the thread. So that means that the center of the filter actually went in the little hole that's inside there, okay? Same thing with the other one. This one does have a little seal on it. The way I like to do it, I hold it at the bottom, kind of center it, and slowly I spin it. And then check both of them, make sure that, you know, all the thread goes in this section here. And hand tighten it first, just in case if you feel any restrictions. And then you could use the tool. Don't over tighten it. The O-rings will do their job. All right, so now you're gonna turn on the water. You're gonna let as much air out as possible. Now, one thing I do have to mention, if you have a tankless water heater, make sure you run this for quite some time. Turn off your breaker, turn off the tankless water heater. You don't want any air in those elements, especially if they turn on. So turn it off, run some hot water, make sure all the bubbles are out of the system, and then turn the tankless water heater back on. But I think we're good. And then what I'll do is I'll put a new date on it. You could do a reminder on your calendar, so that way you don't forget. But I'm pretty sure if you have low flow, you will actually start noticing the difference. So I usually just print it out, or you can write it on it, whichever way it's easier for you. And you can hear filling up. You could get both of them to have the actually air release on it. I had a bad experience one time, like I mentioned, that it kept on leaking. So it was already installed, and I actually had soldered the sections here. So to take this out was a pain. So that's why I'm using the shark bites. All right, looks like pretty much all the air is out. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and dry it up, make sure there's no leaks. And come back a day or two later. Right now it's kind of wet, so. Another thing you could do is put a little gauge at the exit of the filter and one at the beginning if you want to get that detailed. You know, in my case, I really don't care about that. I know I have pretty decent water pressure, and you know, you could test it out on another side of the house on the water spigot and test it with, you know, compare it to the one coming in from the other water spigot, the main one. So usually you have a main one at the you know, the main valve, and then you could check it on the other opposite side of the house to see if you're actually losing any pressure. All right, so let's go ahead and test. This is the main valve coming in for the water spigot. This is the setup, so that's after. So we'll check it here, and then we'll check it on the other side of the house. I got about 45 or so PSI. All right, so let's go ahead and try it on the other side. All right, so this is the other side of the house. We got the same exact thing. All right, so I haven't lost any pressure as far as just basic pressure. All right, so it looks like there's no leaks on the setup. Once it all dries tomorrow, I'm gonna put a little WD-40 and clean it up so, you know, it doesn't prevents from rusting. But, you know, if you have any questions or comments, like I mentioned, let me know. Like I said, there's different ways of doing this setup, and two-stage, very simple, easy DIY job, and definitely will improve the taste, the quality of your water, and you will definitely not be disappointed. So don't forget to like and follow. Do check out the links, they do help us out. I'll see you guys on the next review. Thanks for watching.